Our next guest goes by many names: Bobby Digital, the Abbot, and my personal favorite, Ruler, Zig Zag Zig Allah. He's one of the founding members of the Wu-Tang Clan and also one of the leading film composers whose work include Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2. He's also the author of this, Mom and Dad, here you go, the Wu-Tang Manual. Say hi to the RZA. Come on out, RZA.
Yeah.
What's good?
All good in the hood,
Bong,
baby.
bong.
Bong, bong.
Let's go, baby. You and me. What's new?
Up? Just chilling, really. Got the book out, you know what I mean? Spreading some Wu-Tang philosophy, some Wu-Tang
This whole
knowledge.
Wu-Tang thing, for those of you, and I'm sure many of you in this room are quite aware of this entire manual and the whole structure behind the Wu-Tang Clan. Right. It's a very, very philosophical thing, this whole, the Wu-Tang, and tell us just, you know, where it started, where Wu-Tang, what actually that means.
Well, Wu-Tang is it's a temple in China, a place where a lot of meditation and Taoism started at. But for me, it started in 42nd Street, watching Kung Fu movies, you know what I mean, in the funky porn spots late at night, and seeing a movie that just kind of changed my mind, you know, changed my inspiration.
So let me get, you were like a young guy, and you would go to the 42nd Street place, and you would have your choice between like sneaking into like a porno,
right,
or going to like a Kung Fu movie, and you chose the Kung Fu movie?
Yeah, I chose the Kung Fu that time, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's wrong with you?
Hey, it paid off.
Yeah, it certainly did.
And, you know, this film was about this guy with a sword, and your sword, you know, your tongue is like a sword. Everything you say out your mouth could, you know, either hurt you or save you. And so I just took that philosophy and applied it to my rap style, and Wu-Tang was born.
And the guys that are in Wu-Tang were where? From your area?
Everybody from Staten Island, New York, some from Brooklyn, ODB, just you know, we could go down the list,
right,
you know what I mean? And we all was into Kung Fu movies, all into comic books, just that whole little culture of just dealing with this fantasy culture, I think.
Right.
And we mixed that with just the streets, the grottiness, coming from Staten Island, the Gambino Crown family, you know,
right,
that.
Yeah.
It just mixed together.
The whole Wu-Tang thing, though, was so much smarter, I think, than people ever really gave it credit for, unless you were a fan and you followed it. But the average person might have just thought, oh, it's just like those rap guys. But there was so much thought behind this thing.
Oh, definitely.
And the lyrics and what you would say and how it all sort of related to philosophy and art.
Yeah, see, you know, there's many books, you know what I mean, that I study personally, and the rest of the group study, you know what I mean, from the Art of War to the Iliad, to the Odyssey, to the Bible, to the Quran, to the Bhagavad Gita.
You don't really read those, do you?
All of them, yo. All of them. I mean, you know, reading is fundamental.
They didn't make you read those?
Nah.
You opted to read? You chose to read?
Listen, I cut school to read.
Really?
What up?
You would cut school and then go study?
I would cut school and go study, then come to class on Fridays and get a 90 on the test, and everybody in class go, how you do that, yo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was really into studying. Tell
me a little bit about, and again, I'm sorry, because I haven't seen you since your cousin ODB passed away. But what was he was so full of life, ODB, and to know him. What was he like to grow up with? Man, growing up with him, man, was some of the funniest days of my life, you know what I mean? It's like, I remember one time we was hanging out, right? And this was when we was young, and this when the race relations in New York was kind of shaky, the Bensonhurst days, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we was out there hanging, and a few guys got beat up, and they was like, yo, some guys from Bensonhurst beat us up. So we went to go help, and we ran out there, and ODB, you know, he thought it was gonna be maybe 1 or 2 guys. It wound up being like 15 guys lined up with beer bottles all over the place. Just ready to scrap. And he walked in, he saw we had no wins, and we had like a bag of Dipsy Doodies inside of a brown paper bag. And Dipsy Doodies? Yeah, it's like a 25-cent bag of Wise potato chips. Okay. And he puts his hand in the bag and says, back up, everybody, back up. So everybody started backing up. They were scared. But this one guy was so drunk, though, and he just kept coming. And so OD was like, oh, Sam, back up. And the guy was like, come on, man, shoot me. Then OD took his hand out the bag, was like, nah, you know I want to shoot you, man. Because it was a bag of Dipsy Doodies. There was no gun in there. There was no gun in the bag, a bag of potato chips. But he held them down for like at least about 15 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we got out of that. You got out of that predicament right there, thanks to the Dipsy Doody thinking of ODB. Exactly. Hey, he's your cousin, and the Jizz is your cousin too, right? How many cousins do you have? Oh, man, I have hundreds of cousins. It's been reported by the Daily... Listen, by the way, this is not a joke. No, it's been reported by the Daily News that our family is the biggest family in New York City. Over 6 generations living out at the same time. That's the Cuffeys, the Diggs, and the Jones. I'm talking about hundreds of cousins. So your family's just huge. Man, you know, that's how come, you know, I get invited to a party, you know. If you invite me, you got a whole party coming. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of us, yo. Seems like just like walking down the street, you just might meet somebody who just gives you some props, and it just turns out that's my cousin.
I just found out 2 weeks ago Flavor Flav is my cousin.
No way, really?
Hold up. Just found out 2 weeks ago.
Wow, just think if he marries Brigitte Nielsen, you'll be related to her, too.
Bong bong.
Bong bong. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Hey, quickly, because the book is here, the Wu-Tang Manual, and it's really a great read. It's very interesting. I also want to mention the whole Kill Bill thing, you know, and Tarantino, between his love of film and fight films, you guys must have really hit it off.
Definitely. He's like, I like to call Quentin my brother from another mother, because
he actually might be your brother at this point, though.
Like that, right?
At this rate.
But he definitely, he's, you know, it's not a lot of people I hang around with that could look at something and see the same joke I see, laugh at the same thing I laugh at, you know what I mean? And, you know, ODB's one thing, and he party hard in his life. But I hung with Quentin a few times, and he could out-party me and ODB put together and still be focused.
Yeah.
Still be focused, man. A unique individual.
That's a unique trait to have.
A unique individual.
God, I wish I had that.
Bong bong.
Bong bong for sure. Quickly, in this book, there's, what does bong bong mean, by the way? What are we saying?
Bong bong.
Just means like...
Bong bong, cool.
Kind of like the new word up.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's like exclamation point. Boom, boom.
Bong bong.
Bong bong.
You know, you can get more of this slang. I'm not kidding. In the book, there's a... And I know we're running out of time, but this is very important for the kids to learn a little bit about some of the Wu slang dictionary that's in here. Just quickly, tell me, what is a chicken head?
Oh, a chicken head is a girl in the neighborhood that don't take care of herself, keep her hair nappy. She's a chicken head.
I heard that in the song before. And a haggler.
Oh, a haggler is somebody who bothers you, or anybody who's bald-headed, look like Marvin Hagler. We call them hagglers.
And a power you.
Oh, power you is, I don't want to say it on TV. We'll just say it's Pootie Tang.
What were you going to say? You can say Pootie Tangs?
Can I say Pussycat?
Sure.
Pussycat.
Pussycat, there you go. And what is 49311 mean?
Oh, so this is a good one now. 49311.
Just a series of numbers.
Just take the numbers and replace them with letters. So 4 would be D, and you could go on down the list with 49311. It's a nice way of saying bong bong.
Okay, bong. Well, there you go. And any chance of the Wu getting together?
Definitely. You know, we're always doing all kind of things. ODB album's coming out in March 22nd, and it's going to have a lot of features from Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer, myself.
Right. Good.
So it's be pretty popular too.
All right. Awesome. When we started this show, like I think I don't know, maybe the first month or so, we had you guys on.
That was real fun right there.
To Iron Flag, which just come out, and you all showed up, and people were like, I can't believe, Carson, you got the entire Wu-Tang Clan all together.
For you,
and I really appreciate it, man. That was good looking out. There is a right here, everybody. We'll be right back with Chingy. Pick up the Wu-Tang Manual from stores now. Go ahead,
The it seems that I've got so much time, but it's usually not the case. At the end of the best release.
Monday, an all-new Fear Factor in Vegas.
All you chicken heads and hagglers are going to love this next performance. Performing Make That Thang Talk off his album Powerball. And give it up for Chingy, everybody. Thank you very much. Chingy and our house band Mo. Thank you, guys. That's our show, everybody. Go to sleep. Good night.